beauties. We woke up this morning to a lot of snow in the Netherlands. So that is our weather forecast for today. So my name is Jan and I want to talk about the first rule of makeup. So I've been doing a lot of makeovers recently. I am not a professional makeup artist, but I am a professional skincare, holistic skincare specialist, as well as a holistic health practitioner. And I noticed that the first thing we need to look at is our skin. Because it doesn't matter how much makeup you put on over blackheads and red veins and so on, if your skin is not in prime condition, then it will never look as good. So the first rule of makeup is to make sure that your skin is the best it can be. It doesn't matter if it's lined, old, wrinkled, but you can always improve. And there are various ways to do this. So I just want to use myself as an example. So I believe that skin health starts from the inside. So I think it's very important to have good nutrition. And that involves making sure you have enough protein in your diet, enough fat, good fat. I'm not talking about seed oils, but things like butter, ghee. Ghee especially is especially good for the skin. Of course, if you have too much, you can also get fat. Then, of course, to make sure that you don't have eat too many foods that cause free radicals. So, for example, ultra-processed foods in general. And I'm talking here not about eggs, which are considered processed, but I'm talking about the foods that we buy ready-made, like ready-made meals, biscuits, cookies, cakes from the store, a lot of restaurant food, unfortunately, that causes a lot of toxins to develop in the lymphatic system. It's a part of our circulatory system in our body that takes away all the garbage. So it's our garbage disposal dustbin men, if you want to put it in both American and English categories. So dustbin men, garbage men. The lymphatic system collects all the garbage in our body, the excess acids, and also any infections as well, which is why infections are spread throughout the system with the lymphatic system. So if that is working prime, your lymphatic system is working well, you're not overloading your system with toxins, then your skin will have a chance of looking healthy and glowing. So if you have too many toxins in your skin, the lymphatic system, what it does, because it's just underneath the skin, it will start to throw out the garbage onto the skin because it's trying to clear out, it's trying to save itself and your body to try and make it healthy. So it will throw garbage out into your skin. And yes, you can go and have makeovers and facials to remove that on the layer, but why not deal with it from the inside? Now, I'm not going to go into the whole nutritional angle right now, but if you wish to contact me, I will be happy to give you some pointers. Now, the next thing is, yes, you do need to look after your skin as well. So, for example, I did have one lady recently, and her YouTube video went viral. And I had a lot of people saying, oh, you're putting a load of makeup on. I wasn't. I did made up her eyes, yes. And then I saw that she had a lot of blackheads in her skin. So I said to her, look, I said, we can get rid of these. I can do a mini facial on you right now. So I stopped everything and then I did a cleanse. I removed all her blackheads that I could easily. I didn't go and gouge them out or anything like that. I do use techniques that I am trained to do to remove. Once the blackheads were removed, I then toned and moisturized with a special cream that helps to deflame the skin. So it helps to calm the skin after any trauma.
because I did do a facial. I did remove a lot of blackheads. Now blackheads in the skin, if they get too big, they're like splinters in the skin and they cause inflammation. So you can see at the beginning of the video, she was very red. You could see lots of red patches in her skin. After removing the blackheads, toning and moisturizing with this special cream, the skin looked a lot calmer, and it would have been a lot calmer a few hours later as well. What I then put on is something that I made specifically for people with allergy prone skins, and this is made just from zinc and silica with a little bit of pigment in, and what it does, it really covers up well any redness in the skin, and also helps to, how to describe it, helps to do a light reflection against any, so the skin looks poreless. Now this is not, it is a makeup, but it's actually something you can take internally. So for example, I take silica and zinc capsules to help my skin from inside. And I also put a zinc-based makeup on my skin. Not everywhere on my face, I just put it on areas that I have some inflammation sometimes. Sometimes I have a little bit of redness here on my nose. And if I've been doing a lot of treatment on myself, like a mud pack or something, there will be a little bit of redness afterwards. And then I just use a little bit of the zinc formula powder to cover just the area that needs covering, using a small brush or even using my fingers. And I don't put makeup, I didn't put makeup on her whole face. I just put on the areas that needed covering. And she looked 100% better. What I then did do is, older people have a tendency to have a little bit of graying skin because they lose, as you get older, you lose your melanin in your skin, which gives you the color. So, you know, your hair might be brown when you're younger and then it goes gray. That's because you've lost the melanin in your hair. And some people color it to make it brown again. So what we do is, what I do to take away that grayness in the skin, is then I use just a little bit of bronzer, very little bit, just around these areas here, just to add a nice color and adding back some color to the skin, and it made her look more youthful and her skin looked healthy. And her skin was definitely healthy after the removal of the blackheads. Now, obviously, if you're not trained in the removal of blackheads, you can cause more harm than good. And I'm certainly not the advocate of using these strips that you put on blackheads and then you strip off the blackheads. That causes more damage, can break the capillaries, and then you need laser treatment to remove those broken capillaries. What I would suggest is that you go to a specialist who specializes in holistic skincare, who doesn't use microneedling, but uses the old-fashioned method of helping the skin repair itself, so allowing the skin, and using a lot of massage techniques. So an Ayurvedic facial, holistic skin facial, would be ideal for this. So if you do have any concerns, if you want to practice, of course, removing your own blackhead, if it's an easy blackhead to remove, the idea is make sure you always use tissues, never use your bare fingernails. And you scoop from underneath, you never just press, because that can cause damage. But if you scoop it, just press down and under, sometimes it will just come right out by itself. And then it's very important to tone. And when I'm talking about using toners, I'm talking about using toners that are made with something like plain old rose hydrosol or lavender hydrosol, or even cucumber hydrosol, or a toner that we make which is made from rose and cucumber hydrosols, which are the pure distillates, with witch hazel, a little bit of glycerin, and a little bit of essential oil. And what this does, it just helps the skin to rebalance its pH and also helps for the pores to close and also allows the skin to heal. And the last bit of advice I would say is do not put heavy creams on your skin. Use a cream that doesn't really contain shea butter, which can cause clogging in skin. If your skin is very dry, then it's a different story. But most people, please use a cream that is light. And the other tip I would say is actually castor oil is, even though it's a thick, heavy cream, what I've often done if I've got blemishes I want to remove, I put a touch of pure organic castor oil on my skin, especially on any brown spots. And then on top of that, I've got a basic, like a white lotion that is very plain, very pure, and I put that on top to take away the sticky feeling. And that will be my night treatment. And I'm sure I've got lots more tips and tricks. But that is the basis of any good makeup, is to have your skin prepped the best it can be. Then we can have the most beautiful result. So I do hope you find this video useful. And if you have any comments, please comment below. And I'm happy to answer any questions. And have a great day wherever you may be. And it's bye for now.